How to make a 2D mirror, the type that you've probably seen in police videos where they're interviewing a suspect. So straight in, we've got screen keys over here. I'm using the no scene, no world, and I'm using this one. It doesn't matter really which one, but we'll use that. Now, Shift A, mesh plane. Mesh plane. Let's scale this up a bit. Let's go to a new texture so we can delete the BSDF. Shift A, search, checker texture, move the material up a bit, color into surface, and we've got a checker texture so we can relate things to. Next up, Shift A, mesh, cylinder. Here in the dialog box, rotation 90 degrees, G to grab it, X, up she goes, Tab to enter edit mode. Now you can either tab this or number 3 on your keyboard, and we can select that face and Shift select that face, E to extrude, S to scale, and bring it in a touch. Next, while these two are still selected, X, delete faces. So now we have a tube. Just let's move that up a bit, back into object mode, grab and X. I've hit through. Let's just Shift, Control R to place a loop cut, Control R to place a loop cut, left click, right click. What we then need to do is go to Edge Select or 2 and Alt Shift and select that. We then need to go to Shift S, cursor to selected. Shift A, mesh, icosphere, scale, there. Now what we need to do, as this is version 5, we can place an array. So we'll search for an array, and we want to make it on a circle. As we're looking at Y, let's make the center axis Y. We will make 12, good number 12, and then the radius we can fan out nicely, there we go, until they just enter the sidewall. What we need to do now is go to New, on the materials, I've got the shader open, New, Principled BSDF, X, get rid of it, A, search, we've got the emission, so we'll have the emission, we'll plug that in, we'll go for a somewhat reddish colour today, and we'll give that a strength of 10. Now let's go and have the materials up. We'll go and press one on the numpad, 3 on the numpad, and let's look at the X-ray. We've got those, we'll select those, and we'll just grab and Y and just move them towards the center. No reason why, it just looks better for me. Now as you can see, we've got this red on the inside. The red on the inside is face orientation. This will become very important in the next few seconds, so please pay attention. 3 on the keypad, we've got everything happy there. Let's go to 1. What we need is Shift A, Mesh, Circle. We need to turn it 90 degrees on the X, and then we'll need to scale it in just a touch. We can go to edit mode, A, select all, and there's our circle. Now F to fill. As you can see, the red is facing outside. We do not want that. So go to all and then Shift N. That will select your normals and they can go inside. I'll do the same up to the other side in a moment. First of all, let us go back to object mode. Make a new material. I want this one moved up there. I want to Shift D, duplicate it, move it down there. I then want to select that with Shift and then go Control 0 on the number pad to make the mix shader. Now what I want to do is Shift A, search geometry. Now as we've turned on the face orientation, we can see what's inside and outside. What we want to be doing is getting the back facing and plugging that in. With the top BSDF, what we need here is full on number 1 metallic, 0 roughness. The next one we want 0 metallic, 0 roughness, but the transmission of 1. Now it is absolutely crucial you have this as the back facing. What we need to do next, because look at that. Oh, what we need to do next is Control A, Mesh, Circle, 90 degrees, and then we can bring that down the other end so we can turn on the X-ray, grab Y, move it there, tab into edit mode, scale slightly, press F to fill, and then what we need is a new material, and this one has no metallic, no roughness, but a transmission weight of 1. And once again we need to check to make sure the outside is the outside and the inside is the inside. If you're not sure, let's move back to object mode, grab Y, and there you can see the insides must match. That's the bottom line with this one. Grab Y, pop that there. Let's have a look at the whole thing. That reflects. This you can see through. Now we can prove this easy. I've got a world out there that I've just downloaded. Anyone will do. And what we need to do is go to that and turn on underneath here, turn on your scene lights and your scene world. And so now you can see that is totally reflecting and that is looking through. And to double check, we can also add some items, a cube and a cone, and look, we can see the cube and we can see the cube down there, but you cannot see the cone. So I hope that helps and have fun making it.